Hare Krishna. Welcome to today's reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8. And we are going to be reading from chapter 2, verses 2 to 29, and we will be covering the Gajendra Moksha. The prayers of Gajendra to Supreme Personality of Godhead. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Paramanandmadam Shri Chaitanyeshwaram Hariyam Tatsat. Shri Gajendra Uvacha. Om Namo Bhagavate Tasmai Yat Etachidatmakam Purushaya Divijaya Pareshaya Bhidhimahi. I'll be reading the translation after reading all the verses. Verse 3. Yasminidam yachedam yenedam ya idam swayam yosmat parasatam prapadye swayam bhuvam. Verse 4. Yahaswat manidam Nijamaya yarpitam kachid vibhantakam cha tattirohitam advidhadrik sakshyubhayam tadikshate sa atmamulo vatu mam paratatparaha. Verse 5. Kalena panchatvam miteshu kritsannasho lokeshu paleshu cha sarvahetushu tasmadasid gahanam gabhiram yastasya parebhye virajate vibhuh. Verse 6. Nayasya deva rishe padam vidur jantu punah korhati gantu meritum yatha natasya kriti bhir vicheshto to Durateya anukramanah sa bhavatu. Verse 7. Dadrikshavo yasya padam sumangalam vimukta sangah munayah susadhavah charante lokavratam vranam vane bhutatma bhutah srudidah same gatihi. Verses 8 and 9. Na vidyate yasya cha janma karma va na nama rupe gunadosha eva va tathapi lokapya sambhavaya yah swamaya tanya nukala mrichati tasmai namah pareshaye brahmane ananta shaktaye arupayo rupaya nama ascharya karmane. Verse 10. Nama atma pradipaya sakshine paramatmane namo girama viduraya manasaschetasamapi. Verse 10. Verse 11. Satchena pratilabhaya naishakarmayena viparshchita namah kaivalyanathaya nirvana sukha samvide. Verse 12. Namah Shantaya Ghoraya Mudaya Gonadharmine Nirvisheshaya Samyaya Namo Jnana Ghanaya Cha. Verse 13. Kshetragyaya Namastubhyam Sarvadhyaya Kshaya Sakshine Purushayatma Mulaya Mula Prakritiye Namaha. Verse 14. Sarvendriye Gunadrashtre sarvapratyaya hetave asatachaya yoktaya sadabhasaya te namaha. Verse 15. Namo namaste khilakaranaya nishkaranaya adbhuttakaranaya sarvagama magna yamaharanavaya namo pavargaya parayanaya. Verse 16. Gunanichan छिन्न चिद ऊष्मापायाय ततक्षोभा विषपूर्जिता मानसायाय नैष्कर्मया भावेना विवर्जितागमा स्वयं प्रकाशाय नमस्करोमि. Verse 17. Madrik prapanna pashupasha vimokshanaaya muktaya bhuri karunaya namo alayaya swamashena sarvatanu bhrin manasi pratita pratyagdrishe bhagavate brihate namaste. Verse 18. Atma japat grihavit janeshu sakter dushprapannaya gunasang vivarjitaya muktamabhih swariday paribhavitaya jnanatmane bhagavate nama ishwaraya. Verse 19. Yam dharma kamartha vimukti kama bhajanta ishtama gatimapnuvanti kim chashishoratyapi dehamavyam karotu me adabradayo vimokshanam. Verse 20 and 21. Ekantino yasya na kanchanartham vanchanti ye ya bhagvat prapannaha atya adbhutam tacharitam sumangalam gayant ananda samudra magnaha tam aksharam brahma param paresham avyaktam adhyatmika yoga gamyam atindriyam sukshmam ivati duram anantam adyam paripurnam ide. Verse 22. And 23 and 24. Yasya brahmadeo deva veda lokascharaha nama rupa vibhedena falagavya cha kalaya kritaha yatharchisho agne savir tug bharatayo niryanti sanyantya sakrit swarochishaha तथा यतोयम गुणसंप्रवाहो बुद्धिर्मनः खानि शरीर सर्गाः सवेना देवासुर मर्त्यत्रियंग न स्त्री न छंडो न पुमान न जंतुः नायं गुणः कर्म न सन्न चासन निषेधेषु जयता दशेषः जिजीविषे नाहम इहामया किम अंतर्बाहिश्चाव ये भयोन्या इच्छामि कालेन विश्वेदसम विश्वात्मानजमजं ब्रह्म ब्रणतो अस्मि परम पदम. Verse 27. योगरन्धिता कर्माणो हृदि योग विभाविते योगिनो यं प्रपश्यन्ति योगेशां तम् अन्तोऽस्मि अहम्. Verse 28. नमो नमस्तुभ्य संयवेग शक्तित्रयाय अखिलधिगुणाय प्रपन्नपालाय दुरन्तशक्तये Kadindriyana manavapya vartmane. Verse 29. Nayam veda swamatmanam yachaktya andyahatam tam duratyaya mahatmayam bhagwantamito smayam. So these were the verses 2 to 29 from chapter 3 of Canto 8. These are the Gajendra's prayers of surrender. We read all the verses in Sanskrit and now we shall read the translations. Okay. So these are the translations now, beginning from the second verse of chapter 3, canto 8, up to verse 29. The king of the elephants, Gajendra, said, I offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Person, Vasudeva, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Because of him, this material body acts due to the presence of spirit, and he is therefore the root cause of everyone. He is worshipable for such exalted persons as Brahma and Shiva, and he has entered the heart of every living being. Let me meditate upon him. Verse 3. The Supreme Godhead is the supreme platform on which everything rests, the ingredient by which everything has been produced, and the person who has created and is the only cause of this cosmic manifestation. Nonetheless, he is different from the cause and the result. I surrender unto him, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is self-sufficient in everything. Verse 4. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, by expanding his own energy, keeps this cosmic manifestation visible and again sometimes renders it invisible. He is both the supreme cause and the supreme result, the observer and the witness in all circumstances. Thus he is transcendental to everything. May that Supreme Personality of Godhead give me protection. Verse 5. In due course of time, when all the causative and effective manifestations of the universe, including the planets and their directors and maintainers, are annihilated, there is a situation of dense darkness. Above this darkness, however, is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I take shelter of his lotus feet. Verse 6. An artist on stage being covered by the attractive dresses and dancing with different movements is not understood by his audience. Similarly, the activities and features of the supreme artist cannot be understood even by the demigods or great sages, and certainly not by those who are unintelligent like animals. Neither the demigods and sages nor the unintelligent can understand the features of the God, nor can they express in words his actual position. May that Supreme Personality of Godhead give me protection. Verse 7. Renunciants and great sages who see all living beings equally, who are friendly to everyone, and who flawlessly practice in the forest the vows of brahmacharya, vanaprastha, and sannyas, desire to see the all-auspicious lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. May that same Supreme Personality of Godhead be my destination. Now the translation from verses 8 and 9. The Supreme Personality of Godhead has no material birth, activities, name, form, qualities, or false. To fulfill the purpose for which this material world is created and destroyed, he comes in the form of a human being like Lord Rama or Lord Krishna. By his original internal potency, he has immense potency, and in various forms, all free from material contamination, he acts wonderfully. He is therefore the Supreme Brahman. I offer my respects to him. Verse 10. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the self-effulgent Supersoul, who is the witness in everyone's heart, who enlightens the individual soul, and who cannot be reached by exercises of the mind, words, or consciousness. Verse 11. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is realized by pure devotees who act in the transcendental existence of Bhakti Yoga. He is the bestower of uncontaminated happiness and is the master of the transcendental world. Therefore, I offer my respect unto him. Verse 12. I offer my respectful obeisances to Lord Vasudeva, who is all-pervading, to the Lord's fierce form as Lord Nrsimhadev, to the Lord's form as an animal, Lord Varadev, to Lord Dattatreya, who preached impersonalism, to Lord Buddha, and to all the other incarnations. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the Lord, who has no material qualities, but who accepts the three qualities, goodness, passion, and ignorance, within the material world. I also offer my respectful obeisances unto the impersonal Brahman effulgence. Verse 13, I beg to offer my respectful obeisances unto you, who are the Supersoul, the superintendent of everything, and the witness of all that occurs. You are the Supreme Person, the origin of material nature and of the total material energy. You are also the owner of the material body. Therefore, you are the Supreme Complete. I offer my respectful obeisance unto you. Verse 14, my Lord, you are the observer of all the objectives of the senses. Without your mercy, there is no possibility of solving the problem of doubts. The material world is just like a shadow resembling you. Indeed, one accepts this material world as real because it gives a glimpse of your existence. Verse 15, my Lord, you are the cause of all causes, but you yourself have no cause. Therefore, you are the wonderful cause of everything. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. You are the shelter of the Vedic knowledge contained in the Shastras, like the Pancharatras and Vedanta Sutra, which are your representations, and who are the source of the Parampara system. Because it is you who can give liberation, you are the only shelter for all transcendentalists. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Verse 16, my Lord, as the fire in Arani wood is covered, you and your unlimited knowledge are covered by the material modes of nature. Your mind, however, is not attentive to the activities of the modes of nature. Those who are advanced in spiritual knowledge are not subject to the regulative principles directed in the Vedic literatures. Because such advanced souls are transcendental, you personally appear in their pure minds. Therefore, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Verse 17. Since an animal such as I has surrendered unto you, who are the supremely liberated, certainly you will release me from this dangerous position. Indeed, being extremely merciful, you incessantly try to deliver me by a partial feature as Paramatma. You are situated in the hearts of all embodied beings. You are celebrated as direct transcendental knowledge, and you are unlimited. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Verse 18. My Lord, those who are completely freed from material contamination always meditate upon you within the cores of their hearts. You are extremely difficult to attain for those like me who are too attached to mental concoction, home, relatives, friends, money, servants, and assistants. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, uncontaminated by the modes of nature. You are the reservoir of all entanglement, the Supreme Controller. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Verse 19. After worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, those who are interested in the four principles of religion, economic development, sense gratification, and the liberation obtained from Him what they desire, what then is to be said of other benedictions? Indeed, sometimes the Lord gives a spiritual body to such ambitious worshippers. May that Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is unlimitedly merciful, bestow upon me the benediction of liberation from this present danger and from the materialistic way of life. Verse 20 and 21. Unalloyed devotees who have no desire other than to serve the Lord worship Him in full surrender and always hear and chant about His activities, which are most wonderful and auspicious. Thus they always merge in an ocean of transcendental bliss. Such devotees never ask the Lord for any benediction. I, however, am in danger. Thus I pray to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is eternally existing, who is invisible, who is the Lord of all great personalities, such as Brahma, and who is available only by the transcendental Bhakti Yoga. Being extremely subtle, He is beyond the reach of my senses and transcendental to all external realization. He is unlimited, He is the original cause, and He is the completely full in everything. I offer my obeisances unto Him. verses 22 and up to 24 now. The Supreme Personality of Godhead creates his minor parts and parcels, the Jiva Tattva, beginning with Lord Brahma, the demigods, and the expansions of Vedic knowledge, which is Sama, Riga, Yajur, and Atharva Vedas, and including all other living entities, moving and non-moving, with their different names and characteristics, as the sparks of a fire or the shining rays of the sun emanate from their source and merge into it again and again. The mind and intelligence, the senses, the gross and subtle material bodies, and the continuous transformations of the different modes of nature all emanate from the Lord and again merge unto him. He is neither demigod nor demon, neither human nor bird or beast. He is not woman, man, or neuter, nor is he an animal. He is not a material quality, a fruitive activity, a manifestation or non-manifestation. He is the last word in the discrimination of not this, and he is unlimited. All glories to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Verse 25. I do not wish to live any more after I am released from the attack of the crocodile. What is the use of an elephant's body covered externally and internally by ignorance? I simply desire eternal liberation from the covering of ignorance. That covering is not destroyed by the influence of time. Verse 26. Now fully desiring release from the material life, I offer my respectful obeisance to the Supreme Person who is the creator of the universe, who is himself the form of the universe, and who is nonetheless transcendental to this cosmic manifestation. He is the supreme knower of everything in this world, the super soul of the universe. He is the unborn, supremely situated Lord. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. Verse 27. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme, the Super Soul, the Master of all mystic yoga, who is seen in the core of the heart by perfect mystics when they are completely purified and freed from the reactions of fruitive activity by practicing Bhakti Yoga. Verse 28. My Lord, you are the controller of formidable strength in three kinds of energy. You appear as the reservoir of all sense pleasure and the protector of the surrendered souls. You possess unlimited energy, but you are unapproachable by those who are unable to control their senses. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you again and again. So this ends the Gajendra Moksha. Thank you for joining. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. And we pray for the